Hello students, today in this video we are going to study the poem The Ball Poem by John Berryman. The poem is in the syllabus of class 10th English. In this video we will do the explanation and figures of speech that have been used in the poem. But before starting the poem, first of all we'll know about the poet. John Berryman, who was an American poet, he was a scholar also, and he won Pulitzer Prize for his dream songs. And he also won National Book Award. एंड इफ़ वी गो अबाउट द लेसन, तो इस पोएम के अंदर पोइट ने जो है प्रेजेंट किया है एक सेंट्रल आइडिया दैट हर किसी को, हर पर्सन को इस वर्ल्ड में किसी न किसी टाइम एक लॉस को बियर करना पड़ता है एंड उस लॉस को फेस करते हुए इंसान को स्टैंड अप करना होता है और लाइफ की मिजरीज के अगेंस्ट खड़ा होना होता है. तो हर किसी की ज़िंदगी में एक ऐसी शुरुआत होती है, फर्स्ट टाइम आता है जबकि वो इस तरह के किसी लॉस को फेस करता है. और यही सेंट्रल आइडिया जो है दैट द पोइट हैज़ ब्रोट इन दिस पोएम. About the poem, if we talk, then there is a child who has lost his ball, and the ball was that ball with which he had played in all his youth days. And now when the ball has lost, the child is first time experiencing the feeling of loss. But here the poet says that he will not interfere, he'll not disturb, and he'll only let the child face the situation, because the child is now learning how to face a loss and how to stand up against this feeling. So the poem is, what is the boy now who has lost his ball? What? What is he to do? The poet is laying stress. Poet जो है वो एक stress डाल रहा है about the boy. What is the boy now? Mean what is in the condition of the boy now? Who has lost his ball? The boy who has lost his ball. What is he to do? अभी वो क्या करेगा? Mean the poet is very much concerned about the boy who has just lost his ball. The boy who is very small kid and he was playing with the ball and the ball has just lost, and the poet is so much concerned and he wants to know what the boy will do now. I saw it go. I saw it go. The poet says that I saw the ball go, merrily bouncing down the street, and then merrily over there it is in the water. The ball that was sometime in the hand of the boy, it just bounced, and the movement of the ball that was looking as if it is merry mean happy, cheerful. The ball was bouncing and then all of a sudden it went to the street, and there was also it was merrily bouncing and then it went into the water. So from the hand of the boy to the street into the water, the ball went bouncing. So the poet who had seen the ball in the hand of the boy and who saw it going into the water, he is concerned about the boy. Now the boy, what the boy will do. So merrily mean happily and bouncing mean jumping up and down. Now if we talk about the figures of speech, in the first stanza there is the use of anaphora. Anaphora is the beginning of two lines with the same word what. And then assonance. Assonance is the repetition of vowel sound in the mid of the word boy now, who lost. Then imagery. Imagery is the line, students, when there is a line and some scene builds up in our mind. When the poet is talking about the movement of the ball, then an image comes in our mind, and that is the use of imagery. And repetition. Repetition is the repetition of word what. The word what has been repeated 3 times, and then merrily. Merrily is also repeated 2 times. So this was the use of anaphora, as it was repeated in the beginning of lines, and this is also the use of repetition. So here the poet is concerned about the boy who is very sorrowful because he has just lost his ball, and this is the first loss of the child's life. No use to say, oh there are other balls. Now the poet says कि कहने का कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है और भी balls होगी, because that ball belonged to the boy and he had some attachment with it. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy. Ultimate mean extreme, to the maximum limit. Shaking grief. Shaking mean a grief that shakes a person. बच्चा इतना ज़्यादा grief में है, इतना ज़्यादा sorrow में है, as if he is shaking. And वो boy fixed हो चुका है, mean he is not able to move. He's so much sorrowful. He is sorrowful up to the extreme level that he is not able to move as he stands rigid. That boy is standing, and that too rigid. Rigid means stiff, tough. वो वहीं खड़ा है ट्रेम्बलिंग. ही इज ट्रेम्बलिंग, कंपकपा रहा है वो, स्टेयरिंग डाउन, एंड ही इज स्टेयरिंग डाउन एट दैट वाटर. वो वहीं घूर रहा है पानी में. ऑल इज यंग डेज इन टू द हार्बर, because that ball has gone into the harbor, the beginning point of the sea, mean from where the water flows. All his young days into the harbor where his ball went. The ball went into the water, but it was not only ball, it was the memory of all the young days of the boy. So with the ball, all his young days have also went into the water. The poet says that the boy is so much sorrowful that he is standing stiff. He is shaking with sorrow. He is standing stiff. He is not able to move his eyes because that ball has gone into water, and that ball was not alone. With that ball, there was the memory of his youthful or his young days. The boy had been playing with the ball since a very long time. I would not intrude on him. The poet says that I would not intrude, I would not interfere. मैं इंटरफेयर नहीं करूँगा उसको, मैं उसे कंसोल नहीं करूँगा. अ डाइम अनदर बॉल इज़ वर्थलेस, बिकॉज उसे कुछ भी कहना अभी वर्थलेस होगा. उसे किसी भी वर्ड में हम कंसोल नहीं कर सकते, उसे तसल्ली नहीं दी जा सकती. अगर उसे कहा जाए कि यू कैन हैव अनदर बॉल, तो भी वो भी वर्थलेस होगा, यूजलेस होगा. अ डाइम मीन 10 सेंट्स, यूएस करेंसी, and under US currency 10 cents that is equal to dime. डॉलर से डिवाइड होते सेंट्स, एंड सेंट्स को अगर हम 10 सेंट्स मिला दें तो वो है डाइम. then the poet says that कुछ भी इस टाइम उसे कहना, because he is so much sorrowful that he cannot be consoled in any way, so I am not going to interfere because anything will be useless. We cannot console him by saying that you can have another ball. We cannot console him by saying that only a dime is the cost of the ball, because that was not only the ball, that was the whole sum of the memories of the childhood. So the boy is very sad in these lines, and there is no rhyme scheme, and then repetition, the ball word has been repeated, and that's why there is the use of repetition. Now he senses first responsibility. Now the poet says that now the boy is realizing his first responsibility in a world of possessions. World of possessions, possessions mean ownership, अधिकार. जब आपका चीज़ों पर अधिकार होता है, and this is the word of possession because every one of us have possession on something and other. So the boy was also having a possession over the ball, and in this word of possession he is sensing his first responsibility. He is knowing his first responsibility. And what is the first responsibility mean? If we have something, then we have to take care of that thing, otherwise that thing may be lost from us. तो ये जो है चीज़ बच्चा पहली बार सीख रहा है कि इस वर्ड में, इस वर्ड पोजेशन के वर्ड में जो है, हर इंसान के पास कुछ चीज़ें होती है, या तो उसे बहुत संभाल के रखनी पड़ती है, अदरवाइज वो चीज़ें उससे खो सकती है, छीन ली जा सकती है, और उसे वो छीनने का लॉस जो है, सोर ऑफ लॉस जो है, वो उसे बेयर करना ही पड़ेगा. एंड दिस इज़ द फर्स्ट टाइम दैट द चाइल्ड इज एक्चुअली फेसिंग दिस काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन. सो ही इज़ लर्निंग. People will take balls, balls will be lost always, little boy, and no one buys a ball back. The poet says that people will take ball. Ball is here the symbol for all the worldly possession, कि लोगों के पास balls होंगे and balls will be all lost always. Balls खो भी जाएंगी. मेन possession की इस वर्ड में बहुत सारे possessions होंगे और वो शायद खो भी जाए, little boy, and no one buys a ball back. कोई भी उस चीज़ को वापस नहीं लाता. Money is external. And why no one buys a ball back? Because that ball is the representation of the young days. And money is external. With money we cannot purchase those young days. Now he has lost not only the ball but the memory of his young days, but a symbol of his young days. And money is external. With money he can buy another ball, but he cannot buy back the days, the memories. That is the actual loss. So there is no benefit of buying a ball bag, so no one buys a ball bag, and money cannot help in this matter. And now he has to face the situation, he has to bear the loss in any situation, and this is the first lesson that the boy is learning. Here the poet has used alliteration also, buys ball bag, and repetition, again the word ball has been repeated. He is learning, and yes, the boy is also learning. Well, behind his desperate eyes. Yes, his eyes are desperate, his eyes are depressed, his eyes are hopeless, and he is also learning. This hopelessness is in his eyes, and he is learning. And what he is learning? The epistemology of loss. Epistemology means knowledge of loss. First time he is experiencing loss, and he is learning the knowledge of loss. How to stand up knowing what every man must one day know. ही इज ऑल्सो लर्निंग हाउ टू स्टैंड अप, कि कैसे फिर से खड़ा होना है, कैसे अपने लॉस को बियर करते हुए, कैसे अपने लॉस को सहन करते हुए इंसान को फिर से खड़ा होना है. ही इज़ लर्निंग, ही इज़ नोइंग वट एवरी मैन मस्ट वन डे नो, जो हर इंसान को एक ना एक दिन सीखना ही है. दुनिया में हर इंसान को किसी न किसी टाइम एक लॉस को फेस करना ही होगा, चाहे वो लॉस थिंग्स का हो, चाहे अपने नियर्स एंड डियर्स वंस का हो. हर इंसान को ये लॉस जो है वो फेस करना होता है. एंड दिस बॉय इज ऑल्सो लर्निंग द थिंग, ही इज़ लर्निंग द नॉलेज ऑफ लॉस. एंड मोस्ट नो मैनी डेज हाउ टू स्टैंड अप. एंड बहुत सारे लोग इसको जानते हैं, सीख भी चुके हैं कि कैसे स्टैंड अप करना है, कैसे फिर से खड़ा होना है व्हेन यू हैव लॉस्ट समथिंग दैट इज़ वेरी क्लोज टू यू. सो हियर in this very small poem, The Ball, the poet is actually conveying a message that in this world of possessions, that is a physical world, everyone has something or someone whom he call his, and he has to lose that thing, lose that person one day. And even we lose something or some person, we have to survive, we have to face the situation. And this has been represented by the ball that was very dear to the boy, and that was very much symbolic of his childhood days. And that ball the boy lost, and that ball went into the water, and along with the childhood days also went into the water. But the boy had to learn, and he was learning what actually the loss is, and how to bear up the loss, and how to stand up against this loss. So students, through this poem you have learned that John Berryman is trying to convey a message that how to learn to face the loss. So I hope that you have understood the poem, you have understood the message, you have understood that everyone has to face some loss in one's life, and everyone has to bear the loss. We cannot die with the loss. We have to face the situation, and we have to stand up once again. I hope you have enjoyed the poem, you have learned the moral of the poem. So by the time I come with the next video, keep learning, keep enjoying literature. Thank you. Have a nice day.